Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is often described as a Star Wars film. It will have many different dark elements to it, as well as saga-wide implications. That may be a good or a bad thing for this movie, depending on what they choose to do for the end of the Star Wars sequel trilogy and the entire Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So what's really great about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie really is going to deliver when it comes to all of the different pieces of nostalgia. That's really going to have a lot of callbacks to the originals, the prequels, and a whole lot more. That's really going to give us a great sense of this movie being a tribute in a way to, of course, the 8 movies that come before it. As J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy have stated before, this movie isn't just the end of the sequel trilogy. They're treating this movie as the end of all the 8 films that come before it. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in this film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, including Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren, and even Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. This is where things begin to get pretty intense. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren inside of his chambers, where it's described to take place after he orders his Knights of Ren to prepare his shuttle, and to carry on many of the artifacts from the beyond onto the shuttle. It said that Kylo is sitting on a bench of some kind and looking down, where the 3 pieces of Darth Vader's lightsaber are lying next to Kylo Ren, where he begins to hold the 3 pieces of the saber with bits of the kyber crystal as well. It's described that, like Rey, Kylo begins to have a Force vision of some kind. It said that one of the visions includes the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker with a hood over his head, where half the face is Vader and half the face is Anakin Skywalker, where he begins to ignite his red lightsaber before vanishing into dust. Another part of the vision includes Kylo Ren hearing dialogue of Luke Skywalker yelling "Never" from Return of the Jedi, where saber clashes are heard. It's said that the environment Kylo is in is described as being dark and smoky, where the scenery begins to shift, where Kylo eventually sees Darth Vader burning from a distance, view from the distance where the Anakin screams can be heard, on the world of Mustafar. The Force vision is described to be very fast-paced, and in comparison to Rey's, where Kylo eventually exits and is out of breath and sweating from fear, where he eventually locks Vader's lightsaber away in the metallic box. So the thing about this, guys, alright, what I like about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is really going to have a lot of similarities to what Rey actually went through in The Force Awakens. So you can already see how JJ is trying to create parallels within the same exact trilogy. So again, like I say, we have 2 castles, like in The Force Awakens, we have Maz Kanata's castle. Now in Episode 9, we have the Dark Spire, which is going to be a brand new castle that is the location of course, the origins of the dark side, and the place and location that Kylo Ren actually fixes his helmet. Now, the other piece that I want to go over actually includes the moment in which Kylo Ren actually holds the pieces of Darth Vader's lightsaber. So what's really great about this is that this is the moment in which he sees a vision, if you will, of the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker, where half of his face is the regular Anakin face that's burned, and the other side is, of course, the Darth Vader helmet with the hood over his head, where a red lightsaber eventually ignites before he vanishes into dust, which leads to the ultimate sequence in which Kylo Ren sees literally Anakin Skywalker / Vader burning away on the planet of Mustafar from a different perspective, from a distance, if you will, a shot that we have never seen before on the big screen. / Vader did not have the iconic Vader, the actual Vader lightsaber itself. So it's very possible that this is also just connecting to what Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader actually went through, regardless of where the lightsaber has been. So what I like about this, though, guys, is that this most certainly sounds like an element that would be darker than that of Revenge of the Sith. We do know that Episode 9 by JJ is going to deliver a lot of these different twists and turns and different views of the originals and the prequels, kind of like what JJ originally wanted to do in The Force Awakens with, of course, The Empire Strikes Back, having a different perspective through Rey of the Luke versus Vader sequence, which is actually said to be reappearing now in Episode 9. all of these different shots that Kylo Ren is going through, especially the one where he sees the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker, you know, to me that sounds like a rather freaky vision, especially for Kylo Ren, where he eventually exits the Force vision and is, you know, pretty much out of breath and sweating as the Knights of Ren are boarding his shuttle and really kind of just bringing in all those artifacts that were taken from the Beyond. Now, in case you guys did not know, from what we have been going over, the reason as to why Kylo Ren even has Vader's Kyber crystal and, of course, the pieces of his lightsaber is that the Knights of Ren stole this from the Acolytes of the Beyond over in the Beyond. Now, the Beyond is actually said to be a very large location in the galaxy, and the Knights of Ren only scratched the surface of this location before they returned back from their mission back to Kylo Ren. So that's JJ's way of explaining where the Knights of Ren have been all of these, movies, both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. They've actually been away over in the Beyond, and that's going to be JJ's way of storytelling, of telling us exactly where they have been. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.